All right, welcome to Bioculture Portal Episode 3. And for those of you a little bit confused, we filmed our later episodes at this last retreat that we just finished, retreat number 3. And now I'm here with Manuel for Episode 3. The other episodes were recorded at the retreat, and we're blessed to have Manuel, the OG, at retreat number 1, Bioculture Retreats. I met you a year ago, right? In Panama?
But I feel like it's a lifetime.
It's been a lifetime, exactly. Yeah, Manuel, he's crushing it. Deep in the meditative spirituality community, known for his somewhat controversial content, talking about toxic spirituality. And because basically your intention with your messaging is to show that there is an element of toxic spirituality of when you choose to identify yourself. I guess you box yourself into all these rules of, I can't eat meat, I can't fuck all these people, blah, 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 and you're kind of blowing the lid off of that and showing like, no, you can be spiritual and you can have fun. And this leads me to my first question of what does fuck and meditate mean?
Okay, so help me out. What does fuck mean?
Fuck means to have intimate relations with someone, to have sex, to have pleasure.
Yeah, and in a very not very conventional way of expressing it, right? Like it'll be more spiritual to say have
Make
sex,
love.
make love,
Yeah.
or but I choose fuck, And then
I love the way you say it.
and that's my accent. That's not my native language. So, and the other one is meditation, which you will normally think like those two things cannot be connected. Maybe through tantra and this ways of living the sexual. But I don't believe in tantra. We can talk about that later.
Yeah, for sure.
But I especially choose these two because they apparently they are opposites. Especially if you try sexuality as something raw, like fuck, and instead of saying making love, which I don't believe in making love because you don't make love, you are love. So you cannot make that, And so I choose these two words to try to picture integration, and through a little bit of also it's a way of when you hear those two words, you get like what is he talking about? When I say that, people are like, what? And then sometimes the people take it lightly and they laugh and like that's so cool. And there's sometimes like when it touches your ego and the places you haven't worked on, like it will be like, what is this guy talking about? It's like he's mad. Like these are not.
They don't mix well.
They don't mix well, and that's actually what I'm trying to say to people is to. Because I fell into this toxic spirituality path where if you want to be like a spiritual people, a person with a lot of conscience, self-awareness, you have to become like this image of a spiritual guy that we all have inside. I think when you tell to someone, imagine someone spiritual, so it comes to your mind like a monk, in the silence of a mountain. That's like our image, like a Buddha,
Mm-hmm.
And that's so fucked up because we are not that. That's just an image of something that's not even real, and it's just an image that they give to us. We don't have any evidence that not even that was the Buddha's way. Yeah, we have statues, but who built those, And you don't know, like actually he had Buddha had a partner, and they I forgot the name, Sayulita. I don't know, and she was the partner, and he did fucked.
They fucked all the time.
And also Jesus, he had this Maria Magdalena, and then they were a couple, and actually in the non-conventionals teach of Jesus Christ, there's a post-cross teaches in which he focused his energy in teaching sexuality because sexuality is like the biggest force of human nature, and like that we feel guilt, or that you say something at the beginning that it's very controversial to talk about this, and it shouldn't be. I should be able to say in front of childs or in front of anyone, talk about sex as a normal thing, because it's so fucked up that we cannot talk about sexuality by without raising a so he say fuck so it shouldn't be like that. It should be completely free to talk about that, because it's our origin, and it's what we came here to do. Because you cannot show me one human on earth that doesn't come from sex. It's like the main base of energy that creates everything that you can see, or everything, the plants, the animals, all that is alive, it's sex bound. So we really have to do we have to have a best relationship with our sexuality, and really not feel guilt. And it's not cool that in church they are always pointing that this is a sin, you shouldn't do this, but that's just control, ways to control people. Because if sexuality is the biggest force of humans, what is the best way to control people? It's not. There's a lot. Like I know you have talked about this, like making people use sunblocks because the sun is a great place of way of getting energy, and also really get the contact with the soil. Do you say soil?
Yeah.
And getting chemicals in the things we eat, etc. Those are ways. But if you control sexuality, which is the biggest force of the human, then you can get rid of all the chemicals in your food, you can get all the sun you want, you can get everything. But if you are not confident about your sexuality, you're still a slave, because that's the biggest force in humanity, bigger than the sun, bigger than the food, bigger than anything. It's like this sexual energy that flows through us, and that we can channel it to do a lot of things. And we have to be able to enjoy our sexuality without guilt, and we can, like, it doesn't matter what you like. You have to enjoy it. And the thing is, like, when people don't have a healthy relationship with their sexuality gets into the shadows of the persons, and that's where people make some fucked up stuff during their sexuality, like sexual abuse or violence in the sexuality, not practices that harm your partner in a lot of ways, or infidelity, anything. Like, why do you think most of a lot of the people that abuse minors are priests? Because they have been brainwashed that sexuality is not good, and so they are not supposed to have sex, not with a woman, not with a man, anything. They have to get rid of the sex of their lives, and it's not possible. It's not possible, because that's the main force of the human. So when you try to get rid of that essential energy of the human, it will go into your shadows, and then it will become into a perversion, because every repression becomes into a perversion. So that's basically my main message, which is fucking meditate, because it's very deep, this whole sexual thing. And it's not just life about meditating. Of course, meditation is a great way, but it doesn't do anything if you do a lot of meditation and still not have a great relationship with your sexuality. So I think it's the integration of these two worlds that become one, and your sexuality, your fucking, your whatever you want to call it, it must be like a meditated state. And it doesn't matter.
I was just going to say that sex is a form of meditation.
Yeah, and there's no way of having an adequate sex, like people told us how we should have sex. It doesn't matter if you like orgies, if you like men, if you like women, if you like from behind, if you like from. It doesn't matter anything. What matters is that whatever you do it with a lot of conscience and not guilt and with a lot of love, you know, because then there is the way that sexuality becomes a great force and a way to manifestate great things in life, because it's also people only use sexuality for two reasons, which is so sad, only for reproduction or pleasure. People don't know more ways to relate with their sexuality. And how can you tell me that the greatest force in the universe are just going to be used for reproduction or pleasure? There's a lot of ways to get to pleasure, you know, and reproduction. Okay, you can reproduce like, I don't know, 2 times in your life. Like, you don't want to have like 100 childs, you know, it's not cool. But if
it's expensive.
Yeah, it's going to be very expensive. But the real thing is like there's another force for sexuality that people don't talk often. Is like it's a great way to manifestate. You have to learn how to use your sexual force to open the doors of all the possibilities, because that's what you do. You open a door of creation. That's why you have create life, because you can create realities. But there's ways that you can connect with your partner and you to connect with an intention, sexualize that intention, and put some plasma on your thoughts, on your results that you want to create in life, and then you can create great reality through a cool connection with your sexuality. So it's very deep. It sounds like, yeah, this guy is just talking about something to annoy people, about fucking meditate, but so much deeper than that.
So you're saying there's like a lot more that comes with fucking as opposed to just the procreation and pleasure.
Of course.
You can enhance. I know there's like an energetic exchange that goes on. I've read things talking about activating dormant DNA. We don't need to go deep into that, but I see what you're saying, where there's so much more to it, and I find it very interesting that in the spiritual community, and I don't know if you've seen a couple of my recent posts where we're kind of making fun of the stereotypical spiritual person saying, oh, I'm spiritual, of course I pray to my water and stuff. And I find it very interesting that community, and this is generalizing, of course, I'm not saying everyone in this community is like that, but they're all about oneness and realizing we're all one, it's all union, but then there's this taboo behind.
It's a rejection.
Yeah.
So it cannot happen, and that's a contradiction, that you are saying we are all one, which we are all one, but when you reject anyone, it's because you are rejecting a part of yourself, because we are all one. So that's exactly a projection. Like when you don't like that, I don't know, some people love to party and do drugs, for example, and you reject that lifestyle, it's because you haven't made the peace in you that you can, it's a possibility that you do that path, and or that you have done it maybe in your past, because I know a lot of people that are in this spiritual way that they got lost at the beginning, I don't know, through drugs, through not healthy habits. So when you reject, for example, someone because they don't eat well, or they do parties, or they do drugs, or they are filling their bodies with chemicals, is just because you haven't forgive yourself, because you were that, you know. But when you forgive yourself and you really love yourself, including your past and your present and your possible futures, then you are not rejecting anyone. You accept everyone by what they are, not by you don't condition love. You just love everyone, and you know that everyone is in the perfect path. Doesn't matter anything else, you know? So that's a lot of what happened with this kind of paths where you think you have the reason and that you are right. You're not right. I'm not right. I'm right.
So you're not right. I'm not right. Who is right? Huh? Who's right? We don't know. We don't know.
We don't know who's right. Yeah, we know.
Sorry, we had a bit of a technical difficulty, so we'll edit that in. But you're not right. I'm not right. that's where we're. Actually, what I was gonna ask you though, what are your thoughts on like vices? Because I know there's a lot of people.
Vices?
Yeah.
What's vices?
A vice is like, say you're like a smoker and that's your vice.
Okay.
And I know a lot of people that go into the health community, the spiritual community, it's like, I gotta get rid of all my vices.
Yeah.
I can't masturbate, I can't smoke. And I know you're someone that likes to just enjoy life. And so I wanna know your perspective on that, because there's the group of people that feel the need to be spiritual. They need to give up anything that they've been taught is like bad. Like, it's bad to touch myself. It's bad to eat that burger or whatever. I can't do that. You know, it's gonna affect me in the afterlife or whatever. So what are your thoughts on that?
My thoughts on that is that there's no good or wrong in the world, you know, but there's harm in the world. There's nothing good or there's nothing bad. But there's things that harm you, and there's things that what's the opposite of harm in English? That
Harm.
make you well, you know?
Yeah.
You know,
Heal.
Yeah. You can get harmed or you can get healed by stuff. So, what is the difference? It depends on you, you know, because it's not what you do; it's from where you do it. Okay, so it doesn't matter anything. But when you, for example, I don't know, take a dessert, for example, with sugar. So the question you have to always do to yourself is, from what place I am taking this dessert? Oh, because I cannot control myself, or because I'm anxious, oh no, because my boyfriend left me and this makes me feel well. So you're doing it from a place that's going to harm you, because it's not a place that makes you grow. Oh, maybe you are great, you have a great lifestyle and you just enjoy it from once in a while. So you're going to say, I'm going to so enjoy this dessert because I love it and I can do it. And most of the time I feed my body with best food. So it's not bad, the dessert, you know. Or let's talk about sex. If you can have sex every time, you know, the way you want it. Like, let's put up hardcore examples. You like orgies, you know? Yeah, that's it. I like orgies. Okay, from where? Like, what is the place where you are doing these orgies? Okay, because you want to, you feel you have a shitty life, and you want to escape from that reality and feel some rush of pleasure for one moment. So you are avoiding your fucked up reality through sex, through orgies. So that's going to fuck you up, because that's going to harm you. It's not good, it's not bad, but it's going to fuck you up because it's an escape from what? From who? From yourself. Or you have a great life, you know, you are so good at all levels, you have a lot of peace, and then you say like, oh, dude, you know, I like this from time to time.
I kind of want to dabble in an orgy.
I enjoy this, and I don't feel guilt after that, and I just feel cool with that. So go ahead and enjoy it, you know. Or for example, marijuana. Let's talk about that. Is it good? Is it bad? It doesn't matter. From where are you doing it? There's a lot of people that marijuana makes them harm because they have a shitty life, a shitty job, a shitty family. They don't. But what they do is when they come to their house at the night, they smoke a joint so they can feel good because they are shit. They feel like shit. So that's an escape. So it's going to harm you. Or you have a great life. You are living the life you love, and you just enjoy it from time to time, or you just like, and it doesn't. It's not an escape. It's just a moment of joy and pleasure. So go ahead and smoke the joint. It doesn't matter what you do. Even if you have a partner, like a boyfriend or a girlfriend, why do you have one? From where? Because you cannot be alone, because you don't stand yourself. So even your partner can be harmful, because you are using your partner to cover an insecurity and a lack of awareness of yourself. But you have to work on that sooner or later. So your partner is harming you because you are escaping from you through your partner. Or you feel very good, you can be alone, you are not a jealous person because you have self-awareness, you have self-value, you have a lot of self-love, and you just let your partner live your life, live his life or her life, and you live your life. So your partner will help you grow, you know? Or for example, I talk to my mom every day. Why do you do that? She's super toxic, but she's always telling me I shouldn't do it, but I cannot stop talking to her because she's my mom. Okay, so your mom is harming you. You have to put some boundaries, stop talking to her. Oh no, my mom is my best friend and she's always supporting me. She's always telling me I can do, that I'm going to do it, that I can make it, and she's the greatest, and we have so much fun when I talk to her. So talking to your mom is good. So it doesn't matter anything in life, if it's good or if it's any vice or however you say it. It's just, the vice is just a tag for, I can say that, I don't know, soda water might be a vice, or vape might be a vice, or tobacco might be a vice. Yes, it is, if you are doing it for the reason that you have to escape from your reality, because you cannot confront yourself and you don't want to work on yourself, so if you're avoiding your work through anything, from a relationship, from a way of sexuality, from a thing you put into your body, or maybe anything, you are escaping through things. But all those things can help you grow if you do it for another reason. So it doesn't matter what you do, it's from where you do it. That's my point of view.
Yeah, that's great. That's perfectly explained, because I think, what you're saying with vices, it's completely subjective based on you, because to say smoking is a vice and you smoke, it implies that you feel guilty about it, and therefore you're labeling it as the vice, and you feel guilty because you know it's bad for you, but you're doing it anyways due to whatever reason you might be trying to escape or whatever. Like I'm actually quite guilty of this. For example, last night, I'm super strict with my diet, and I just feel great with the diet I do, but last night with Raquel, I had the ice cream. You had an ice cream sandwich too, didn't you? So she came back and told me about it. It was like, Manuel, and I was like, when does it close? And it was like 10, and it was 9:45, and I'm like, get on the fucking golf cart! And I'm racing there. And I bought 2 of them.
Well, yeah,
I bought 2, and I felt guilty after.
Course.
I was like, my stomach.
That's so typical of when you have restrictions.
Exactly.
In Spanish, it's called atracones, which like you restrict and then you feel like shit.
And then you're just guilty about it, and you're like, I'm not disciplined, I'm not doing that, because that's what was going through my head. Whereas the correct way to approach it is, no, I am healthy. I am the creator of my reality.
Yeah.
I am in complete control of my body. I have discipline. I eat healthy all the time. I can have this, even though it has like shit ingredients in it, I should be able to have the confidence and know, like, I can eat this and I'm going to be completely fine because I am at peace and I'm one with my body. But a lot of people don't have that perspective, and even I'm learning from that too. And that's why I asked you that question, because I remember you talking about it in Panama, actually. I don't know if you remember, we had a full-on conversation about that. And at the time, I was even worse, where I was super disciplined. I need to wake up at 6. I need to do this. I need to do that. I need to do that. And you know what? When I didn't do those things, if I had to miss it for whatever reason, I was filled with guilt and stress. And that stress and guilt will kill you.
Of course.
Will make you sick. So I was super inspired by that, and what you're saying is just intention is everything.
Of course, and for example, remember, everything is life. For example, I'm one of those that talks to the water, and talks to everything. I talk to my spaces. I talk to to myself,
my water.
To my cells, and I really believe that the things that gets you fat and sick, it's because you think they make you fat and sick. So if you approach this dessert with that way of thought, your body is like, okay, you are giving me poison. But when I approach, for example, a cookie sandwich with that we ate yesterday, or ice cream sandwich, I was like, wow, I love this. My body loved this. Good. My body loved this, and I feel so good. And all my immune system is dancing of joy for this fucking moment of sweet that I give them. And then I'll give them something else with less sugar or whatever. But it doesn't matter. Because I have I know that it's all about balance, and a big rejection, it will come. It's because you haven't healed that on yourself. So when you when you heal, you stop rejecting and you start integrating. And it's not I don't like sweet. I don't want to integrate. So just don't need to integrate because you don't like it. It's integrated because you are not avoiding it or rejecting it. It's just you don't feel connected with it. Like I don't know, I don't like milk, so I just don't eat milk. No, not because I'm rejecting it. It's just I don't like the taste of it. That's it. So yeah, I think people the why would you want to have like the perfect food, the perfect habits if you don't enjoy your life, or if you go to the gym every day and the day you don't go you feel guilt. So
that's me as well.
Gym is killing you.
Gym
is killing you because it's not a joy, it's an obligation, it's a work. So
an obligation is not even a good word.
No, but we tend to obligate ourselves to do a gym or strict diet. I eat a lot of meat because I love it. It's so it's not an obligation. I eat it and it's like, oh my god, I feel so good. And there's a difference between hearing your mind or hearing your body. Because your mind is your ego and your body. People's like, oh, so I'm going to eat I'm going to eat breakfast, dessert for breakfast, dessert for lunch, and dessert for dinner because I love it. No, your mind love it, your ego love it, but your body will show you sooner or later with a lot of things that it doesn't make you good. So you have to learn to have this balance between your mind and your body, and start hearing your body because it's so wise, and your body is also thrilled by small moments of relaxation.
Yeah, I mean, your thoughts create reality, right?
That's it.
Whenever I'm getting stressed about anything, I just always tell myself that. Like, the reason this house exists is because someone once thought it. It goes to thought, and then it materializes. So same with all this stuff. If you're, have you heard how, like, doctors, it's very dangerous for doctors to give a diagnosis, because when they say you have 6 months to live, the amount of people that die exactly 6 months, it wasn't necessarily because of the disease, it's because they thought it, they were told that, they received that information, they believed it, and then therefore that manifested as the reality. So that translates to everything.
Of course, cancer is emotional, and it's known that most people that makes what's the word in English when the cancer spreads in your body? Metastasis.
Yeah.
When the moment where people do more metastasis is when they get the diagnosis of cancer. Because when they get you the diagnosis, when you get the diagnosis, what is the emotion that's going to get you? Fear. You'll be fearing it. So people get so fearful that the cancer spread to other places because it's emotional. So it's a relationship with your environment.
Yeah, that's crazy. I love learning this stuff, man. And let me just refer to my notes here. Have we shown you this actually? I need to give a shameless plug here. This is the Daylight computer. This stuff is fucking cool. Because now you're learning all this stuff about blue light. You got the blue light blocking glasses on. This is designed to help your circadian rhythm because it emits no blue light. What it's doing right now is it's reflecting
like paper.
light. It's just like paper.
It's so good.
Exactly. It's fucking cool.
Dude, we
gotta get you one.
When I got my screen at the night, like the normal screen, the sellers, the cell phone screen, I still do that from time to time. I try not to.
You got the glasses now.
Yeah, I try to, but when I do that, dude, I cannot sleep.
I know, it's horrible.
So
I could riff on that for forever. Yeah, we gotta get you one. This is great. I'm super happy about this. Our last sponsor for the third retreat, which actually is a perfect segue into my last question, because like I said at the beginning, you were at our first retreat, you absolutely crushed it. I just want to know your thoughts about it. I know you're coming to future ones.
Of course.
What were your feelings? And might I add, like we already said, like the third one, as compared to the first one, it's growing and it's transforming and it's getting so beautiful, and we're just building this conscious family, and I love it. I'm so honored that you were there at the beginning, and I'm happy for you to be back, but I would just love to hear what your experience was.
Like, I can talk from 2 points of view, as a person, and as a content creator, you know.
Perfect,
As a person, it was great because first, I really believe that community is like all in your life,
Yeah.
the people you surround with.
It's one of the ultimate biohacks.
Of course, if you surround with people that five person that likes to do drugs, I assure you are the sixth one. You know, if you are with 5 people that love eat unhealthy, I assure you are the sixth one. So if you the people you surround with, it's very important, and the quality of people that comes to these retreats it's another level of people that really, we are not perfect, but we are searching for a better way of life. So it's very cool to find people that we are on the same track, so you can surround and yourself with great people, and you really make beautiful friends, beautiful souls there that we all met there, and we all resonate. So for me, that's so cool. And of course, the activities we have in the retreat, like coaching or activities of biohacking and stuff, that you learn a lot. So that's as a person. And as a content creator, it's so cool because we are always trying to find ideas to create content, and so it's all about that, creating content while you learn and have a lot of fun. So I love that I can create a lot of content. Also, that you are going to be in a spotlight for a lot of brands that are the brands you like. So I actually made a deal with one of the brands there, and
you did.
And I'm getting
crushing it.
And I'm getting a lot of money for that. So it's all thanks to Bioculture. So I'm very, like, I want to be here in, like, as a person, you know why, but as an influencer, because I want to connect with a lot of other influencers and share our audiences and collab with them, and also get brand deals, and that a lot of visibility, that I'm working with brands and cool people. So I really have seen the difference before and after as a content creator in my social. Of course, I'm so grateful. It's like one of the best things in my life.
Beautiful, and we're excited to have you back and be hosting retreats with
I'm going
us.
to be a lot.
There's
of
a lot of
here.
stuff we're gonna do.
Yeah,
with
no,
you,
I
man.
am.
Well, where can we find you? Where can the people find you?
You can find me in all the socials, like Manuel Leuman. You can find me on Instagram, YouTube, on TikTok, everywhere.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming on.
Thanks.
This is great.
I love you, man.
I love you too. Love you.
Yeah.